Hello guys, Spirit Haunter here, back with another video, and today we are going to be doing an unboxing setup and demo of the Sam's Club 2025 Spellcasting Witch.
It's showtime.
Alright guys, you heard that right. We got another giant prop from Sam's Club. And guys, I gotta tell you, this one is super cool. So is the Violin Reaper in there. This witch is, of course, 9 feet tall from Sam's Club. And she has, not like the LCD like screens, but she has the teeny tiny LED bulbs in there, so it looks like she's blinking and looking around and stuff. And a really good thing we got on this is Sam's Club was doing their $100 off sale, and we actually got cash back from the Reaper in there, so this was about $100. So I think that's pretty worth it, getting two animatronics about the same price as what it would be normally. Or as one would be normally, which is the Violin Reaper. But without further ado, let's get right into this unboxing. So I actually kind of have no idea where to cut here. Do an empty space, I guess. Okay, I think I did it in the right place. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So now we're gonna have to lay the box down. Say goodbye to the decal right here for a little bit. And then just run the fingers all the way along because this tape is super thin. The giant flap. Okay, this is interesting. Handle jaw with care during assembly. So that might mean that the jaw is a little flimsy on this thing, so we're going to be careful with that. You hear the cardboard crackling. Well, maybe not on that one, maybe on this one. Okay, well the two big flaps did it. It was like a snapping noise. That's how you know the box is fresh and very new. Alright, so the first thing we have here are the bags of instructions, the Try Me button, and the adapter. So yeah, it comes with a Try Me button and has adapter cord and instructions in this bag. It also comes with stakes and cotter pins, so that's pretty needed. Don't lose that bag. Here's the control box with a pole on it. Got these two wires hanging from it. This one is actually strangely long. So yeah, there's the control box. It's got the weatherproof casing over the switch and the screw-on cover for the adapter. Normal volume knob. Turn it all the way up actually. Pan Asian Creation. So this witch is from PAC. So is the Violin Reaper, and I think the 10-foot Reaper they released last year. Because they have like the same plugs and everything. Alright, so here is an interesting piece. We have her animated arm. So this one is pretty bent, so I might try to bend that down a little bit, but that depends on how heavy the hand is, because that hand can easily bend this metal, so it sits a little farther down so it doesn't look like she's doing that. But we have an interesting connector here for the hand, and this is a fork hook connection onto the mechanism. And speaking of her hand, here is her animated arm hand. Now this isn't as heavy as I thought it would be, so that probably won't bend as much. But guys, when I tell you this hand is big, you better believe it, because it's the size of my entire torso. That is insane. Look at that. Look at that. She could just grab me right here and then just, and then, you know. That's insane how big this hand is. That just tells you how big her proportions are. Here is her clothing. Okay, I guess I can't take that out yet because it's buried underneath of the book hand. Look at how big this thing is. Look at how big the book is. It's bigger than my torso. Yeah, that's a pretty heavy. That's heavy. That's so heavy. Oh my gosh. That's actually insane how big this thing is. And listen to the plastic. Very high quality. And it actually, even though no one's ever is going to see it, it's got some details on the pages of the book. So that's pretty good attention to detail by Pack. I'm not surprised that they used like just gibberish symbols on here because they're tinier and you can't really see them, but I'm glad the titles of the spells, I'm glad those are in like normal English rather than like Greek, I don't know. Okay, so I think now we can officially take out the torso piece, which is also connected to the clothes. Or the clothes are connected to the torso piece, I should say. So that's pretty nice. Okay, we got the bar here that rotates side to side to move the arm. Same bar that they used for the 10-foot Reaper for his arm movement.
Treaters, come a little closer.
Yeah. Oh, it's got some netting at the bottom. Some white netting. It's pretty sweet. High quality metal frame in here as well. Got the shoulder frame and just the connection points to attach the head and arms to. And speaking of arms, here is the arm that holds the giant book. So as you can see, this one is not a 4-cut connection, it is a snap lock. And you can tell that's not going anywhere because it's got this giant support right here. It's welded on. Pretty high quality piece of metal right there. So I think that's going to be a long-lasting piece on this thing. Some spacers. Spacer. 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 Newsflash, guys. Spacer. Yo, you won't believe this. Another spacer. Okay. Now this is not a spacer. These are actually poles in here. And I assume these are her leg poles so she can actually stand up. Let's get the box cutter over here. Cut the tape off. Down here. And yeah, that's a lot of poles. Watch. There's still 2 of them in there. So yeah, these are all... This reminds me of Nightcrawler, guys. And then a bunch of pulls. This guy has so many pulls. Like, look at that. So many pulls. Jeez! Alright, that's a lot of pulls. I think next thing I can grab, aside from her head, is the base. It's got these little cardboard guards on here so the snap locks don't get like destroyed or something. Pretty hefty base. This is the same base as the Violinist Reaper. A little smaller than the 10-foot one because obviously it's a foot shorter. And the 10-foot one actually has 2 poles that you have to connect the base to, so it's one whole base. Next thing we can get out here are the supports that get cotter pinned into her legs so she doesn't, you know, fall over or as easily. Just put those down here. And then last but not least, we have the head. I can't even grab it. Okay, because it's wrapped up in this giant piece of plastic. Holy crap. That's a ginormous head. So the hat brim is posable. It's got this little wire in it, so you can form it however you like. I'm actually gonna continue forming this off of camera. But here is her face. And I gotta say, this is a really, really detailed face. So I'm not quite sure why it says handle the jaw carefully. It might just be the motor in there, but I don't know, because when I just opened the mouth by hand, that motor sounds pretty high quality. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a little strange, but as you can see, if you look at her eyes, you can see it's got individual LED nodes in there. So it looks like she's looking around without there actually being screens in the eyes. So that is all of the parts. Let's close the box up here. Alright. So once I clean all of the spacers up and plastic and stuff, let's get right into the setup. Alright guys. Oh. The camera's wobbling because it's on a rocking chair right now. So without further ado, let's put these two poles on, labeled B, right onto the base. They're just snap lock connections, so pretty straightforward. There's a sweat bee right next to me. Hi guy, how you doing? I made a friend. And a leaf. Alright, so there are the two poles right there that get the legs started. And then next, you take one pole labeled D, and then the control box pole, and then you snap lock the control box pole on her right side, your left if you're building it from in front of it, but if you're on the back side, it's the right. Okay, so she's already pretty tall. Got this wire right here. And then the next thing you want to do is open up this bag. You could obviously read the instructions, but I think I have a good idea on what I'm doing. Don't quote me on that. So you want to get the baggie labeled N, and that's full of cotter pins. So you want to grab 4 cotter pins out of this bag, and you might want to secure them in your pocket or something so you don't lose them. So just stick those in your pocket until you need them. Alright, so now what you want to do is grab the 2 supports labeled E, and then let me turn her around right here. So there's a hole on the pole labeled C and a hole on the base. So I don't know if you can see this really well. So right here, there's a pole, or there's a hole right here on the base, and you just want to stick that end of the support through the hole. And then on the C pole, you want to insert the other end of the support through that hole until it comes through the other end. And then boom. So you can see the other end of the support right there. And then you want to grab one of your cotter pins right here and stick it through the hole, just so it secures the support so it doesn't fall out. And you just want to do that exact same thing on the bottom part of the support. I'm saying this with such confidence because I've done this 3 times. And then, after you get those 2 cotter pins in, you just want to do the exact same thing on this leg. Guess that's the wrong end. Right, there we go. And then just stick that end through the pole. Same thing you've seen for like 3 videos already. If you haven't and this is your first one, I highly suggest you go watch the 10-foot Reaper unboxing. It is a pretty long one, but the violin Reaper is even longer. So I really hope this one is a little bit on the shorter end, just so it doesn't take up people's time. Alright, so that is what you have here. You should have a formation that looks like this. Support here, and just make sure to give a little tug on the support just so it doesn't fall out. If the cotter pin is loose or something, it'll just fall right out, and then you'll know, so you can correct it. So now what you want to do is scooch it back so I can get it on camera. Let's see. Alright, you can barely see it because it's just two skinny poles. Alright, so now what you want to do is grab the remaining poles labeled B. There should only be 2 of them left, I believe. And then just snap lock those on top of the 2 poles labeled D and the control box pole. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. So, you're supposed to take the two B poles that are in the top half and then snap lock those into the torso frame through that Velcro strip opening. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now what we need to do is put the netting and clothing around those 2 poles. Okay, there's 1 of the poles, and then there's 2 of the poles. So now, I think I'm gonna put the torso and those poles down, and then lay this back over, and then snap lock it on. Okay. There's a chance. Okay. I'm just going to stand her up for now. I'll lay her back over later. Put the head on. Oh, please go in. Please. Come on! Yeah! Alright. So now we got that part on. And then we just gotta arrange the clothing. I know this probably is not in frame at all, but okay. And just make sure the netting gets down there, because alright, so some of the creepy cloth might get caught on the cotter pins. If that does happen, just pull hard on the creepy cloth and it'll come right off. Okay. So now we got the entire torso part situated. Well, kinda, anyway. And now I think we can lay her back over. Just like so. And then we can grab the animated arm, the one with this weird looking square connection. And then we could just grab this sleeve. And then we have this material that if it ever gets wet, it will disintegrate. So, not the best choice of fabric there. And I'm not sure if I can show this on camera because it just won't, because all the clothing is just in the way. So you want to try to find the hook, the fork hook piece that's attached to this arm, and then you just want to hold on to that and then find the connection on the moving bar that's attached to the motor. And boom, it's in. So that is the arm in, but it's not completely in yet because Oh boy, where did I put the cotter pins this time? There they are. So there's only one cotter pin left, and you just want to take that exact cotter pin, and then you'll use that to secure the arm into place. There we go. So now it's secured, and then we can pull this fabric up, and then I'll actually scooch her over to show you this. Actually, I might just be able to take you guys with me. So next you grab her no book hand, and you just want to slide it on to this connection. And then, come on. I might not be able to get that on camera actually. Let's see if I can right now. There we go. So after you hear that click, that should be secured on. Then you can go ahead, grab the sleeve, and then the purple part has Velcro connections, and you can Velcro this purple part onto her hand so it's just attached better. So you want to take the middle Velcro piece, hook that onto there, and then grab the two other Velcro pieces and then just Velcro those together so people can't see up her sleeve and see the foam in her arm, because that'll just be kind of a waste of time. Alright, hi down there. So now what you want to grab is the arm labeled G. Then you want to come around, actually you have to get off the porch for this, climb back up, and then grab this end of her arm. Then grab the sleeve. Actually, I'm gonna put the camera right. So you just want to take this crappy fabric right here, open it up, and then put the arm through her sleeve. Then what you want to do is reach down into the neck collar, and then find the end of the arm, and then snap lock that onto the main frame. And now you just want to snap lock that onto the main frame. And then what you want to do is take the hand with her book, her super heavy hand, and then you want to find the snap lock connection on her hand. And then you just want to snap lock that on. Let's see, there we go. You just want to snap lock that on to her arm. Boom, just like that. And then I might actually be able to step through here. Probably can't see anything because this giant book is in the way. And then pull the fabric up, and then grab the purple cloth, and then just do the exact same thing that you did on the other arm. Velcro that to her actual hand, and then Velcro the two other pieces together so you can't see the metal arm. So now, one of the last steps you have to do is, of course, grab her head, just like so. And then she actually has a leaf in her hair. Her hair is actually pretty soft. That's definitely interesting. So you just want to get all of her hair out of the way. Get her hat out of the way as well. So it looks like her hair actually won't really move. So now you just want to find the snap lock connection for her head. That's actually, I might need to scooch her over. Just pull her this way. Just like so. And then, alright, you can see the snap lock connection. And then find the snap lock connection on her head, and that should be labeled K. Then you just take this right here, put it through the connection. Come on. And you just want to snap lock it on just like so. And now her head is attached. And that's always good. So now what you want to do is try to wire her up. I don't even know why I just said try. You obviously have to do it if you want it to work. So there is a wire with the number 2 on it. And that is the super long wire that is attached to the control box. And then you just want to try to fish that wire all the way through to the top of her neck. And then just connect these 2 wires. Try to, you can't get it on camera. But you just want to connect those 2 wires, and then there's a screw-on cap. And if you're putting her outside, I highly suggest you screw that on so no water can get through that. So that is her head wire, and then you just kind of want to stuff that into the neck so you don't really see it. And I missed it, but there is a Velcro point on the collar. I don't really know what to Velcro that to, so I'll just ignore it for now. And then what you want to do is find the wire from the motor box, or the gearbox, it's actually close to her head, so you just want to find that gearbox, and then you just want to find the wire that's coming from that motor. She can't find it. Where in the world is it? Oh, I found it. So this cord is labeled 1, the number 1, obviously. And then you just want to connect those 2 wires. And that one actually does not have a screw-on cap, so that's kind of unfortunate. But it should be fine. One of the cotter pins came out from the supports, and I'm trying to find it right now. It might have fallen through the I don't know exactly where that went, but I'll just worry about that later. So now what you want to do is actually stand her up. So this video is already 40 minutes and 20 seconds long. I did not know I was recording for that long. So you just want to rotate her and then find a good spot like her shoulder frame to just grab onto. And then just stand her up. Just like so. Scoot her back actually. And boom. There you have it. 9-foot spellcasting witch. Jeez, she is huge. Try to rearrange her dress so it looks a little better. Her hat doesn't look the best, so I might grab a ladder. Oh. Can't even see her. There she is. But yeah, her hat doesn't look the best, so I actually am going to grab a ladder right now and try to fix that. And then we'll get right to the demo. So, here we go.
Step closer, my dear, and I'll show you the secrets hidden within these pages. If you dare. You found me at last, seeker of dark magic. But be warned, this spellbook is no ordinary tome. Its pages contain the nightmares of the cursed and the whispers of the forgotten. Do you wish to uncover its secrets? Don't get too close to me or I'll cast a spell on you. Keep your distance, foolish mortal. This book carries the power to make your darkest fears come true. You found me at last, seeker of dark magic. But be warned, this spellbook is no ordinary tome. Its pages contain the nightmares of the cursed and the whispers of the forgotten. Do you wish to uncover its secrets? Don't get too close to me or I'll cast a spell on you.
Excuse me, I almost just choked on my own saliva. Anyways, so that was the unboxing, setup, and demo of the Sam's Club animated spell casting witch. So I completely love this animatronic so much. I actually didn't turn her down all the way. Hold on. All right, there we go. So as you can see, her life eyes are going. The frame rate doesn't exactly match, so it looks kind of weird. In the demo, it kind of looked like blue and red and stuff. I'll show you right now. Yeah, as you can see, the eyes are like yellow and blue and red and stuff. It's just flashing, because that's just because my camera's frame rate doesn't exactly match the eyes. So, oh, there we go. On zoom, it works a little better. At first, it worked better. Hold on. It wasn't flashing as bad, but yeah. The jaw seems to be holding up pretty well so far. The motor does sound a little, like, stressed when moving this arm. Do you hear it going in there? Listen to that thing go. That thing's struggling. I hope that lasts pretty long. One thing I don't really like is after the 3 phrases, she just repeats the same phrase like 2 times, and then it just switches like the order of which the frames go in. It's like randomly selecting. It's kind of weird.
You found me at last.
Okay, I'll skip and then I'll show the next phrase. Alright, here's the next phrase. After that one. Okay.
Keep your distance, foolish mortal.
Okay, and then I'll skip and then the next phrase should be the last one that you just heard. Alright, let's see now. Yeah, it's the you found me at last one, so.
You found me at last.
I don't know why they couldn't just make it like the 3 phrases, and then after all the 3 phrases are done, they just cycle to the first one, kind of like the Reaper in here does. I'll actually go out here and show you how his phrases work, because he has 3 phrases overall, and so does the Witch. But the Reaper's phrases, after all 3 of them are done, they'll just switch to the first one. Okay, this is no ordinary tune, remember that. And then I'll skip, and then I'll have him go again. Alright, here's his next phrase.
Step forward if you dare.
Okay, step forward if you dare, that's his second one, and then we'll go to the third one, and then after his third one, it should be, Foolish Mortal again. Oh, he's resetting. I thought he was gonna go again. Alright, here's his last phrase. His third one.
Even the bravest of souls.
Okay, Bravest of Souls is his last one, so... Oh, someone got the witch going.
It is too late for you now. Surrender to the shadows.
Okay, so the phrase that's about to play is the one where he says Foolish Mortal at the beginning. This is no ordinary tune right after that.
Foolish mortal.
Yep.
This is no ordinary tune.
Yeah, so as you can see, the three phrases just cycle, like endlessly looping, but on her, once her three phrases are finished, it's like some glitch in the factory, like in the board or something, because it's done this with every single witch I've seen on YouTube and stuff, because the three phrases go, step closer, my dear, I think that's her first phrase. You found me at last, that's her second one, and then don't step any closer, foolish mortal, I think that's her third one. And then after step closer, foolish mortal, it goes back to the you found me at last. I know it sounds really confusing, but it's just not the same like cycling thing that I'm used to on these things. So it's a little strange, but I don't have her volume on.
Oh, this book carries the power to make your darkest fears come true.
Yeah. But anyways, overcomplicating the entire thing on... Are you serious?
Ah, you found me at last.
Alright, so that was the Sam's Club 9-foot animated spellcasting witch unboxing, setup, and demo video. I know I just spent like 10 minutes explaining that whole phrase thing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.